Hey, happy Monday, brothers and sisters. Yesterday I saw a brother in Christ having a post on Facebook. It was about women wearing makeup. And so I really wanted to touch on that because there are people that say women should wear makeup, people that say women shouldn't wear makeup. Everyone kind of has their own opinion. And I wanted to touch on my experience with that and kind of why I feel the way I feel. So a couple of years ago, I actually prayed for the Lord to humble me. And that was a very humbling process. First of all, I want to caution you, if you ever pray for that, be prepared because the Lord will humble you and He will do it on His terms, not your terms. I was not prepared for what the Lord was going to do and what He was going to remove from my life. But during that process, the Lord definitely humbled me. He made me very meek. But I was at the altar before church one Sunday and I was praying. And I was kind of pouring my heart out. And I heard the Lord say, "My daughter, you don't need that makeup." And during that part of my life, the Lord had already removed my brand new BMW. Y'all, I was really proud of this car. It was like brand new. It was bright red. It had black leather seats. It was sweet. He had taken that from me. He had taken my brand new 4-bedroom house, which I was also proud of. So He was starting this humbling process. And I was like, "Lord, you've taken these things from me. And now you want to take my makeup too?" I was the type of woman that I would walk into a room and I would instantly compare myself to other women, like, "Oh man, that chick is so much prettier than me. She's skinnier than me. Everybody else is looking at her." I would look at other women. I would be like, "Man, they have a Louis Vuitton. They have this, they have that." Man, I'm constantly comparing myself to other women. I know that there are women out there that do the same thing. In the gym, I was like, "That woman can lift more weights than me." I ran cross country in college and I was constantly the person that would be like, "Man, I'm going to run faster than you. I'm going to go harder than you." And that's just who I've been. I've always been competitive by nature. And there are a lot of people out there that are very much so the same way. And so when the Lord said, "I want you to stop wearing makeup," I was like, "Not happening, boss." And so He kept saying, "You need to stop wearing makeup." And finally I was like, okay, if He says this, then this is obviously for a reason and it's for a good reason. So I stopped wearing makeup. And then I noticed that I was super, super insecure. I would look at other women and be like, "They're so much prettier than me." And God was like, "I made you this way. Are you insulting my creation?" And I was like, no, I'm not, God, but I feel like with makeup, I'm so much prettier. And He's like, are you serious right now? When you came out of your mother's womb, I made you this way." And so every time I would feel insecure, I would go to God and say, "God, I feel really insecure right now." And it brought me from here to here with God so much closer. So every time I would have a moment of insecurity, I would go running to God. And it was like Psalms 91, where I would just like abide in the shelter of the Almighty. And so what I noticed is that a lot of the women at church weren't wearing makeup. And so initially when I was around them, I felt really insecure, but they already had God. They already had God on the inside, and I was dead on the inside. I was very vain and I was very superficial, but they weren't. They were confident in who they were in God. They were very much so Proverbs 31 women, and that was something that I was lacking, and that was something that God was trying to highlight in my life. Like, hey, you're trying to be a child of God. You're trying to be humble. You're trying to be meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. But look, my daughter, you're missing this area. And so as He began to expose these things and reveal these things to me, I began to see what God was trying to show me. And so I began to become more comfortable in who I was. And God began to make me more comfortable in Him. And so after about 3-4 months or so of not wearing makeup, I threw my makeup away. And for you ladies, you know how many Benjamins I threw away. That's a lot of money, you guys. Like, makeup is so expensive. It's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like the brushes alone, one brush can be like $100. So I threw away my makeup. I threw away my brushes. And I literally like cringed on the way to the trash can. And then I was like, okay, threw it in the dumpster. And I was like, all right, there's no turning back now. So then I walked away and I was like, okay, I took a sigh of relief. And then I was like, all right, I did it. No turning back now. And so then I even would walk in the boardroom for work. I'm a businesswoman. So I would walk in the boardroom for work and I would not have makeup on. And I was like still feeling kind of insecure, but God started giving me confidence. And it was like, you know what, God, I don't need these things because I have you. And over time, I literally felt like I didn't need makeup. And at that point, it was 6 months later, then God allowed me to go back to having makeup. It was at the point that I no longer needed a crutch, that I solely relied on God, that He allowed me to have those things back in my life. And now I can take it or leave it. So that's my stance on makeup. I feel like if you're using it as a crutch or as a void to fill a place in your life of insecurity, of doubt, of fear, of things that you don't need, or feel, if you're using it to fill a void, you don't need makeup. You need God. But if you feel like you have God, then makeup's okay. That's kind of my stance on it. I just wanted to touch on it. If you're a woman that's feeling insecurity, if you feel like you're not good enough, I just want to tell you, you are good enough. God created you perfectly in His image. If you're feeling anxiety or depression, or you're feeling down on yourself, shoot me a message. Let's talk. I love you all. I think you're beautiful. I think you're wonderful. And I hope you have a super awesome, great week. Bye.